Welcome to Comics Experiment, the show right here at Comicstorian every Saturday, where I sit down and talk about a bunch of comic book related stuff with some of my favorite people. Today it's Dan and my brother Andy. Once again, I say my brother Andy. Oh brother, where art thou? It's Andy. So whenever everyone goes in the comments and goes, wow, that guy in the far left over there looks like Ben's younger brother.
That's my favorite one. You know that guy on the right looks like a younger version of you. This is my younger brother.
So, oh brother, where art thou? It's Andy. Andy's my brother. Okay.
Hey, Al. What's going on?
Yeah, this is the show where we sit down and talk about the latest news happening. We talk about what's going on in comic books in general, in comic book movies, stuff like that. And we just have fun discussions and topics like you would with your friends, but with my friends and my brother.
That's fair.
I got included as the friends. First time for everything.
I'm proud of you.
If you want to watch this show aired live, it's every Thursday at twitch.tv/eligiblemonster, where not only can you watch us film this, but you can watch behind the scenes. You can also watch us film 3 Beers in a Topic, where we drink 3 beers and talk, and our gaming podcast, which goes up on our gaming channel, Eligible Monster. You can also get it early access over at our patreon.com/comicstorian area, where for only $1 you get access to all of our podcasts. And anybody who chooses to support us on Twitch or Patreon, we really do appreciate you, especially right now with the current YouTube adpocalypse, where basically, once again, we're all making nothing. So thank you so much for your support. Today's episode is also brought to you by another person that is supporting us, the Robinhood app. So, if you want to get involved in stock exchange and doing various stocks kinds of things, check out the Robinhood app, and I'll be telling you more about that in the middle of today's episode. And if you want to help keep supporting us, check it out. Just click the link down below. That's really all you got to do. 3 ways you can help support us if you want more. But if you don't want to support us, and you're one of those people that just wants free content, here you go. There's really no bad part of that. I mean, I get it. I'm like that too.
Understandable.
Like, there's certain things I'm like, I will support you. And then there's certain things I'm like, you're good free.
That's what I've always said about myself.
You're good free?
I'm good free.
So, okay, today we're going to be talking about the topic that I tweeted out to our Twitter at Comicstorian. We've started doing a thing now where I take the topic of the comics experiment, I tweet it out so we get some of your feedback. We'll be talking about that later in today's episode, but we are all going to pick superheroes that we think deserve shows and how we think it could fit, what we think it would work with it, that kind of a thing. And I tweeted at you guys on Tuesday about that. So if you want to be involved in the next question, join us at our Twitter at Comicstorian.
Are we allowed to use characters that either have movies or had previous shows but had bad shows, or we want to bring back their shows?
Andy made the rules, so I'm assuming all bets are off, whatever you want.
If it's a comic book character or a graphic novel that you think would work good as a show.
Okay, cool.
But before we get into that, let's talk about some good news coming around. Well, not good news. First off, Arrow is ending next season. So
That's good news.
This is you.
It's an awful segue. Right. Let's talk about some great news. Stephen Amell out of a job. All right? Can't stand that guy.
Well, I mean, if you've been following what's going on with the CW TV shows, Arrow made a deal with the Monitor, last big crossover.
Yes, in Elseworlds.
Elseworlds. And so we know we have Crisis on Infinite Earths coming. Guarantee he's going to be the one that's going to die. I've been speculating that since Elseworlds crossover, but it looks like officially that is what's probably going to happen. They're getting a 10-episode final season, which will conclude with the big crossover. So it makes sense that if he doesn't die, he's going somewhere happy. My theory, he's going to die, but he's going to pull a Barry Allen and go to the 25th century where he gets to live happy with whoever he wants.
Why would he go to the 25th century?
Well, that's where Barry went.
Well, okay. Or it'd just be random for Arrow. He's like, yeah, I'm going to start time traveling.
Right? Why not? I've never been there before. I'm sure people will know me.
Hey, Barry, what's it like?
He shows up with a bow. They're like, what are you doing? We have laser guns.
Right. I would love if they pulled a thing from Injustice. I don't know why.
I don't know what you're doing.
Pulled a thing from Injustice.
Pinching your own nipples?
And Dr. Fate puts him into a different universe with Dinah, who lost a Green Arrow. That would be a nice little send-off.
That would be kind of cool. Something like that's probably going to happen. But I mean, what do you guys think? I've actually been enjoying Arrow this season, so I find it kind of sad that they're finally like a good show again.
Right.
Yeah, it was kind of meh the last couple of seasons. Personally, yeah.
When we're finally back on track, and what we're doing is he's leaving.
It sounds good that they're doing a 10-episode season. Because it sounds like they're not trying to stretch it out or anything, but they just want to go, hey, here's a good final season.
And honestly, I think it's better to let it end than to just go on endlessly.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's like, oh, we're on
And then it just gets
episode-
canceled arbitrarily.
Right, and you're just like, well, and then it was. I mean, it should have ended 5 seasons ago because it was
Right.
such a high note, and
Yeah.
instead we're dragging it out. And
There's way too many shows that do that
Right,
nowadays.
yeah.
Also, recently we've been hearing about a lot of the members of the Flash cast are apparently either
Yeah.
talking
Yes.
of leaving or leaving. And this includes the actor for Cisco, the actor for
Killer Frost.
Harrison Wells is talking
I
about
did
leaving.
not know that he was.
He's
as
apparently
well.
he's talking about leaving.
So pretty much Star Labs.
So yeah, it looks like Star Labs is going. What do you guys think about that one? Honestly, I think it's kind of time. CW films in Vancouver, for those guys who don't know, and there's nothing else there. It's been a common complaint of anyone on a CW show that they can't even go to other auditions because
Right,
they're
yeah.
locked up in Vancouver.
I was
Matter
actually on
of fact,
a
that's
CW
why
show.
Lance from Arrow left. The actor who played Lance. Detective Lance.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, Lance. What is some sort of meathead bro superhero?
That's kind of what I thought.
Yeah, that's why I got really confused.
But no, that's
think-
apparently why he left seasons ago.
Okay.
Like why
Yeah, I
they
can
killed
see
him
that.
off.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's actually really good because the fact that it is the majority of Star Labs leaving allows for a lot of different possible stories.
Well,
And it allows for different arcs that, even if it's the same kind of arc, there's going to be very different ways that they're going to have to figure it out because they don't have 2 of their smartest people. They don't have the born as a metahuman. They don't have Vibe, who's literally just opens portals to go places.
Much like Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the portal opens.
Yeah,
Not
pretty
really.
sure-
I mean, I'm not opening the portal yet.
Ben is Vibe, I'm pretty
Did
sure.
you know we have a new emote? A portal opens emote on our Twitch channel.
It's good. It's made by one of our viewers.
Honestly, as far as Flash goes, and the chat's saying, yes, Cisco is the only one that said he is leaving. The other 2 have said that they are thinking of leaving.
Yeah.
Honestly, I kind of hope they all do. I want that. My biggest complaint about The Flash is there's too many people on that cast. And they always try to do different things for each of them, but they don't develop anyone properly. Iris West got the shaft because instead of developing her properly in the last season or the Thinker season, it was just make her the leader of Team Flash and that's her arc. Like,
Right.
Boom.
and that was my
Development.
complaint about that. That's why I'm liking her so much more in this season because she's getting development. She's becoming Iris West instead of just going, you are now Iris West, And that's what I like about that. So the idea of getting rid of all the excess characters so that we can focal in on a couple, I kind of like that. As much as I like Cisco, Killer Frost, even Harrison Wells, I'm down if we just kind of get rid of everyone that's excess.
And that was my issue with Arrow actually for the longest time because the first couple seasons it's like Arrow year 1.
Yeah,
He's
he
like
had
working
Diggle,
out
he
of
had
a,
Felicity,
out
and
of
that
a
was
factory. Yeah, and then he eventually
Right.
gets basically his Oracle. He's got his bodyguard kind of guy who obviously
Yeah.
Diggle did become his own hero. But at one point, wasn't there like 8 people on Team Arrow?
Yeah, there was
Or something like that?
That's
Yeah,
what it's
yeah,
all
a
done.
lot of
Like
people.
it's like their own little. It was kind of the weird part about Flash and Arrow. They both became their own like mini Justice Leagues almost of like the core character and then a bunch of C-listers from the DC universe. Like I hate to tell you guys, but Vibe and Killer Frost are never been important. Even now with them on the show, they're still not important.
Right. Vibes had a moment or 2 where he was important.
But only it was forced.
He
to
had
it
his
was like-
own
yeah.
series during New 52. It lasted for I think 4 issues.
Yeah, it didn't last very
Something
long.
like that, yeah.
And the same thing with Arrow though. Like he had Wild Dog. Wild Dog's in like the outskirts of DC.
Wild Dog is like it was always like a mini series that didn't have anything to do with the DC universe. It was
Yeah.
just some guy in a hockey mask.
His latest appearance was in Cave Carson and the Cybernetic Eye.
I don't even know who that is.
It's actually a pretty cool book, but it's in the Young Animal line, so it's like pseudo-separated as it is. Like Wild Dog is not like, man, why have I never heard of Wild Dog? Because he's not important.
You don't remember that time he hooked up with Batman? They were teaming up together, fighting. I don't know. I got nothing.
I like Tevye. Who's Wild Dog? And then Lee Hing Wei. Exactly.
He's about on the level of the Hood in the Marvel universe.
I mean, I'm not crazy, right? The guy in Arrow is Wild Dog, right?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Because they're saying who is he? I'm like, is Ramon or not Ramon? Is the guy they're playing him on the show?
Oh, like the actor's name or the character?
The character.
I don't remember. Honestly.
Yeah. Either way, he's the guy in the hockey mask. He joined up with Arrow season
And has a
5.
gun.
Yeah, and he has a gun. And
Which goes against everything the other vigilantes are about. But
Right.
whatever, it's fine.
yeah. Renee, that's it. It's
Renee, yeah.
Yeah, Renee's Wild Dog on the show.
He shoots the wound. That's what it is. It's cool.
Well, I mean, like, that whole season of Arrow just had a bunch of, like, D-listers. They weren't even C-listers.
Well, it was a Ragman for a little while.
Yeah, Ragman's a D-lister.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's what I'm saying. It was just always Spartan, who wasn't in the comic.
And it's Jimmy Olsen.
No, that's Guardian.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, it's Guardian. Yeah. Everybody originally was like, why not just make him Guardian? What's this Spartan guy? Like, just make him the Guardian here.
I liked it better when the theory going around was that John Diggle was going to be John Stewart.
Right.
Which
Yes.
they played up in the Elseworlds.
You're right, yeah. He's like, where's your ring?
But anyway, and that's what I've always found interesting. It'd be different if, like, the Flash was like, oh, he gets cameos by Batman and Superman. And, like, I know they'd never do that. But that's a different story. But when your entire roster is D-listers, they should be popping in for a season, having some fun, and they're out.
Yeah.
And a couple of them have really overstayed their welcome.
Yeah. Way too much.
We've had, 3 Black Canaries on that show, too.
I think so. Half the time when someone mentions that, I'm like,
Which one?
yeah, I don't know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, isn't it?
What I hated the most about the Black Canary situation, what I hated the most about that, was they killed the first one, brought in the second one, she left, and then they decided it was a bad idea to kill the first one, so they alternate reality brought her back.
Legends of Tomorrow.
But she's not actually, like, in the role. She's still not, she's the girl dating Arrow. She's still not in the right role.
Right, it's still not Black Canary.
Yeah.
It's a version of Black Canary.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I don't like that very much, what they did with that, but whatever.
Because there's Black Canary, Canary, and White Canary?
White Canary's on Legends. She went off to do her own thing.
Okay, that's the one I know.
Which is the worst part, because now you're on a team fighting through time, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you with me?
Yeah.
You're there.
I watched the show. All right. I enjoyed
You're on
the
a
show.
team fighting through time. No, you.
Oh, I am.
But eventually, we're going to have to put you back in the timeline where you die.
Yeah, exactly.
I am so excited.
Right? Yeah. Help us save the world.
Luckily, at least if you're time traveling, that's an infinite amount of time before you
Yeah, I mean,
technically
really,
have to go
you
back.
could, you don't have to
Apparently there was 4. I only knew of 3.
There was the first one.
There was
Ruby
Sarah,
Lutz.
Laurel 1, Black Siren, and then Dinah Drake.
Yeah, so
Dinah
4,
Drake's the
yeah.
new one.
Yeah.
She's the current one. All right.
my
Well, anyway, I'm a little sad Arrow's ending, but I do think let's give it an ending.
Yeah,
Have a finale.
yeah,
We're
I'm
done.
with it, yeah.
I'm wondering if it also pairs up with the fact that we're getting the Batwoman show. And let's be honest, they're probably going to do it very similar, except she just doesn't have a bow.
They probably will do it very
yeah,
similar. I also
Because
feel
they
like
are.
even CW has gotten to the point where they're like, wow, we may have oversaturated our own market. Who has time to watch 5 of our shows a week,
Right.
plus everyone else's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, too many
I don't
shows.
have that much time, honestly.
Yeah.
That's why we can't watch them all.
Yeah.
I want to watch Supergirl and Black Lightning. I don't have time to watch
Yeah.
them.
You know, funny story about having too many shows. I'm not sure if we were going to mention it on here. I believe there's talks of bringing back a Constantine show with the guy that uses the Constantine
Matt Ryan?
from Legends. Yeah. Which, for the record, I would watch
I would
it.
watch that. I
For
thought
the
that guy
record,
was
there's been-
fantastic.
There has been
great
talks
one.
of that since the show got canceled.
Well, he was on
I
Legends.
saw
for a little
I
while,
saw
too.
it very recently. A new
No, but it's
article
been
posted.
rumors since like he got canceled originally.
Oh yeah, I think Legends made people go, "Wow, he's actually a very fun character."
I don't.
Because
I'm gonna
that's
double.
kind
I'm
of-
gonna
Well,
see
his
if there's
actual show
any
only had, what, like,
validity
10
to
episodes,
this
if that,
rumor.
right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
Yeah, I
but
enjoyed it, yeah, a lot.
I'm gonna see if there's any validity or if it's just more. They might do it again.
I think I saw the DCEU Twitter page put it up, which usually when they put something up, I'm like, oh, I'll take it a little more seriously. But just a little.
Warner Brothers is
I don't
developing
take it
developing
seriously
a
until
new
Ben says
Constantine TV
Okay.
show starring Matt Ryan. It is
Okay, cool,
actually
cool.
happening. It's not a rumor.
Aha!
So we're
I
up
knew
to. So we're
something.
getting rid of one Arrowverse show and we're adding 2.
Yes. Well, we're,
Right?
not, we're not just
Apparently-
getting rid of an Arrowverse show. We're getting rid of the show that named the universe.
Yeah. So what do you call it after the Arrowverse?
Right.
After it goes, the verse,
The verse.
the Heroverse, DCverse,
The only
DCEUverse.
So they brought it to Greenlight. The question they're having is it going to be an Arrowverse or is it DC Universe app?
Oh, I see. Whether it's going to be like on CW or right.
If it's going to be actually
Yeah.
Arrowverse version or we're just going to kind of get one that,
Oh, Constantine?
yeah.
Oh,
That's the
okay.
only debate
I think
I'm
the
seeing
best
in
part
this.
about that is no matter what universe Constantine is now in, Matt Ryan voices him or plays him.
Yeah.
Whether it's in the animated ones or whether he's showing up on Legends, it's always Matt Ryan. And I'm cool with that.
He's fantastic at it. I mean, the show, his original show's on DC Universe right now.
Right,
I know
yeah.
that.
So all we know is that Warner Brothers did greenlight a second season. No one knows where it's going to live yet.
I'm really glad because I watched the Legends of Tomorrow with Constantine.
Yeah.
That made me want to watch Constantine's show, and I watched it. And I'm like, I want more of this. I'm really bummed that they canceled it, so I'm glad.
So, also following up with their TV show and movie show discussions, Suicide Squad has now been started to get cast.
Yes.
Currently, we're apparently swapping out 2 individuals.
Okay.
Deadshot is being swapped out for Idris Elba.
Fantastic.
Most
actor.
likely. Apparently, it's not 100%.
yeah.
Who's that again?
Idris Elba.
It's a very familiar name. I can't put a name to a face.
If you could.
I'm going to pull up. You can see him.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna say if you saw him, you know who it was. He's
Yeah,
a good
okay.
actor. He's a very good actor.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I know him. Okay.
So apparently he's going to be the new Deadshot if this goes through the way they want.
Okay.
It's not 100% confirmed, but I guess it's like he wants to do it, WB wants him.
And
We're
Will
ju-
Smith's out.
We're just finalizing contractual
Right.
stuff. So
Did Will Smith always say he was out after the last movie?
Well, I mean, he's doing so much right now, so
Yeah,
he probably just doesn't have
he's
the
a big
time.
YouTuber.
Is he?
I don't know what happened with Will Smith, but like over the past year or two, he's been in everything.
Yeah.
Like everything.
He started up a YouTube channel, got a bunch of other things going. He's
Yeah.
doing his own thing now. So we'll see. And then who was you? I think it was not you. Was it you that mentioned that they're swapping out the other guy?
Oh, supposedly, I guess Joel Kinnaman is no longer going to come back as Rick Flag either.
Okay.
Oh, was it Rick Flag?
Well,
Yeah,
I
Rick
mean-
Flag. Yeah.
I'm on board with this simply because they said it's not a true reboot, but it's a reboot. It's like we're in that weird. We're gonna count the other one,
Right.
Not really.
but if you don't want to watch it, that's fine.
You don't need to watch it.
Yeah.
Is really what it is. It's fine.
It's Thor: Dark World. It's
So-
just like
It's there, but whatever.
happened,
Yeah,
but we're
it's
just gonna
fine.
pretend that it didn't happen.
It's Thor: Dark World. It's the Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton.
I actually kind of like that one.
I
but
did too,
or
honestly.
Age
It
of Ultron.
happened, but we are like not gonna reference it until you see one weird cameo where you're just
Right.
kind of like, General Ross is back.
Yeah. Oh, goodness.
Makes sense. Hasn't showed up since that movie, but whatever.
He did.
No, I know.
It was the Incredible Hulk,
Yeah.
and then he was in Avengers.
And then like 8 years later, he shows up in the Avengers. He's like, by the way, you guys are not cool. All right? Granted, my unit like destroyed Harlem, but whatever. No. Captain America, you were out of line.
That's exactly it.
That's 100% what happened.
I may
Yeah.
have made Abomination.
Yeah,
but-
literally, he creates a
Right.
giant monster that destroys Harlem. And then he shows up and is like, not cool, guys. Sign this piece of paper that says you can't do that no more.
I love it when you word it in that way.
Well, I mean, yeah,
What
obviously
I feel like we need to start doing is maybe we'll just have the Andy synopsis version.
Yeah,
of
there
each
you go. I
movie.
just do synopsis
Andy
of things.
explains.
Andy explains. I should have my own thing. Yeah. It's its own show, I guess. Yeah.
Andy
I just sit
explains.
there.
We'll just start,
Or
we'll just
your
start
own
filming.
segment.
My
Andy,
own segment. Andy
Andy, tell
explains
me what
something.
happened in Winter Soldier.
All right, let me do this. I can't do it on the spot like that. I'm gonna have to just take a minute.
Oh, you think about that.
I'll think about it. We'll get back to it.
So what did you think about Suicide Squad? Actually, Andy, what happened in the first Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
All right, so here's
remind
what
me.
happens. So Amanda Waller shows up and she's like, "Listen, Superman's evil, right? All right, that's bad. He could show up and just destroy everything. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get together this group of non-powered supervillains. Okay, one guy can tie knots. That's cool, right? All right. Anyway, so they're gonna go in and they're gonna, when we can't do anything, we'll send in the supervillains. It's perfect, right? Nobody would ever think of that. Until one of them goes crazy and then like takes over a city and makes mush monsters or something, and then there's a thing, like a giant thing of light that shoots in the sky for reasons. I don't know why. Anyway, we're gonna send in the supervillains, but we're not gonna tell them that the real mission is to get me because of my own screw up and I don't wanna get in trouble. So they're gonna show up and then I'm gonna kill everybody else that knows about it. Also, for some reason, the Joker shows up in a helicopter. I don't know why. And then at the very end, the supervillains are going to shoot the other supervillain that really did everything because of me, and then I'm going to show up and tell them they have to come back because whatever, they saved the world, but screw it, I don't know why. Also, the big thing is, why didn't Superman and Wonder Woman and Batman show up to the city that had a giant thing of light going up into the sky, and everybody's turning into mush monsters?
This is going to become a series. This is going to become a series.
That's the best I can do on the spot. I could probably come up with a little better if I had like 2 minutes.
That explanation is like the prime example of why they need a reboot.
Why did Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman show up to the light?
Although, okay, I think Superman was dead at this point, but still, Wonder Woman or Batman.
There's multiple other people.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? That was my biggest complaint with that movie.
What?
The whole point of the Suicide Squad is it's a black ops supervillain unit, right? So
Yeah.
the U.S. government can send them into the missions that we can't be seen doing.
Yeah.
It was a giant city that got taken over by mush monsters and a giant beam of light. Everybody knows that's happening.
Right.
Right? It's not like a black ops, like, oh, we got to take out
That's
this thing.
very true, because most of the Suicide Squad stories are truly black ops.
Right, they're black ops. The whole point
and if
is
they ever get involved,
deniability.
whenever they get involved in the big thing, everyone's there. Like when
Right.
they were
Yeah.
part of DC Metal, everyone was there.
Right.
And then I always love whenever they show up, and DC wants to be like, well, Suicide Squad's got a movie, so they got to be important. I always love how the Justice League's always like, oh, it's those guys again.
Right.
I mean, they're all villains, and they should be in Arkham, but
I like how everybody at this
we'll
point...
give you a pass.
Well, actually,
Everybody
it's
knows
either
they're like a
that-
team now, though. They're like, oh yeah, it's the Suicide Squad guys again.
Right.
Oh, it's a supervillain Black Ops team. No big deal.
Because it's either that or they go, you're trying to do good things, but you're villains, so we have to stop you from saving these
no,
people.
I like Andy's right. That's pretty much what they're doing. Oh,
Yeah,
hey, what's up,
literally.
Deadshot? How's your team doing?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
they show up.
now
Oh,
they
you're
are.
running the Suicide Squad this time, Deadshot. No, it's Boomerang for some reason.
Harley Quinn's in charge. Man,
Yeah.
Waller smoked too much tonight.
God damn.
That was the weirdest part when she was the leader of the team. Sorry. Everyone, just so you know, Gary's behind the camera.
Knocking
Breaking
crap
things.
over. Yeah.
So anyway, new Suicide Squad. What do you guys think?
I'm happy
As
because
long-
it's James Gunn,
Is
right?
it? Yeah, yeah.
It got
James Gunn.
confirmed.
Yeah,
James
yeah.
Gunn.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I'm very
I'm
excited for
I
it.
mentioned this on the weekly poll this week. And I'm going to throw it to you guys real quick.
Okay.
There's a rumor going around
What'd
that
he say?
Warner Brothers orchestrated the information that was
No.
leaked out about James Gunn
No.
to get him fired so that they could hire him on the Suicide Squad.
So it was a Black Ops thing. So, so WB sent in the Suicide Squad. I like it.
Honestly, I could see that being real. Because who else to save a crappy franchise that you want to continue?
Right, and then the guy who like made the
created
Guardians
a
of the
group.
Galaxy, like good.
Okay, that would be funny if true. That would be very funny if true. But I'm
Andy?
really excited.
What do you think?
That they orchestrated it?
Yeah, do you think
I
it-
didn't know we were doing conspiracy cast 100%. They definitely did that.
The only reason I guarantee it's just a fake rumor is if WB did that and was somehow implicated, do you know how many people would sue them?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Give it about 5 to 10 years and it'll surface that they did that.
What,
And
somebody from WB's...
it'll be Disney, and they'll be going, no, we want it back now.
No,
You
it's-
you brought this up. We get him this time.
Somebody from WB is going to be watching this, going to be like, they're in on it. Or they know about it. We have to kill the person who sent out the tweet. And then Deadshot will show up, but it'll be Idris Elba for some reason.
just be like-
Nobody knows why yet, because he hasn't been cast in the movie 100%.
And Margaret Robbie. I'll just be like, ah, Margaret Robbie!
What a way to go, though, right? Worth it.
Anyway, let's start talking about our topic then.
I got weird
We're going to
too.
make our own shows on our favorite characters. And you know what universe has that? It's the universe where those shows exist because a portal opens! Robinhood is an investing app that lets you buy and sell stocks, ETFs, options, and cryptos, all commission-free. While other brokerages charge up to $10 for every trade, Robinhood doesn't charge any commission fees, so you can trade stocks and keep all of your profits. Plus, there is no account minimum deposit needed to get started, so you can start investing at any level. The simple, intuitive design of Robinhood makes investing easy for newcomers and experts alike. View easy-to-understand charts and market data and place a trade in just 4 taps on your smartphone. You can also view stock collections, such as the 100 most popular. With Robinhood, you can learn how to invest in the market as you build your portfolio. Discover new stocks, track your favorite companies, and get custom notifications for price movements so that you never miss the right moment to invest. Robinhood is giving the listeners of the Comics Experiment free stock like Apple, Ford, or Sprint to help you build your portfolio. Sign up at experiment.robinhood.com. And the portal closes! Why did I get an accent with that?
I don't know.
Hello!
In this universe, I have a bad British accent.
Oh, crap. We went through the portal ourselves.
Oh no!
Oh, no!
What do we ever do?
Oh, no. What?
All right, so Andy, this was your idea.
Right.
What's your superhero, and what show would you create,
Okay.
and where would you host it, and how would you get funding?
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me give you a synopsis. So I actually had 4 ideas.
4.
And then I looked them up, and 2 of them are apparently being made into television shows.
Was
That
one
shows
Dazzler
you
and the other Howard the
how
Duck?
good an idea man I am.
What was it?
So the first one was Invincible, which is Image Comics.
You didn't know that was
Yeah.
being made?
I honestly
you
did
of all
not.
people.
And then that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like I should have known that. Apparently, it's being made into an animated series.
Yeah.
Did not know that. Super excited now.
Sounds good as an animated series.
It does. I don't know how it would work as a live action. Number 2 was the Astro City comics from Vertigo.
Okay.
Which is like a superhero anthology comic. It's very good. Never read it. Also apparently being made into a TV show. Didn't know it. Until I looked it up for this. So I have 2 others though. It's fine.
Okay. Good.
Number 1, American Vampire by Scott Snyder.
All right.
Okay.
I think that it's not a superhero book, but I think it would make a fantastic show because it's basically. Have you ever read it? Have you ever read it?
I've read portions of it. I've not read his full run on that thing.
Okay, so it's
Yeah.
basically about. It starts off in the 1800s during the Wild West. An American outlaw gets bitten by European vampires, like your standard Dracula, but it makes basically a new type of vampire, an American vampire he can go out during the day. He's not allergic to silver. It's gold for some reason. I don't know why. But then
He's a rich vampire.
I guess, yeah. But then basically the series is like the history of America with the vampires behind the scenes. So I just think it would be a very good show. And then number 2 was Planetary by Warren Ellis. I'm assuming neither of you have read it.
No.
Not shocking.
No.
All right.
I'm not a huge indie person. Like, I
Well,
only
so
read,
it's not an indie
if,
book,
like,
though.
You
It's
and
a
I have
DC
not spoken
Comics.
very much until you came out here.
That's true.
But if someone recommends an indie book or something
Right.
that's not mainstream, I'll typically jump on. But very few of them do I just pick up and go, this looks interesting.
So Planetary was a Wildstorm book back when that was basically like an alternate universe for DC Comics.
Yeah.
So it's this group of superheroes who basically like archaeologists of the weird. So it's kind of like Fringe. You ever see the show Fringe?
Love that show.
I've seen some
So it's
of
like
it.
that with superheroes.
Ooh, what's it called again?
Planetary. I have it, and I meant to bring it in as a visual aid, and I forgot.
What happened to you? I'm going upstairs to get my visual aids.
I thought they were in the backpack, and they weren't. They were sitting on my desk at home. So you got this group of superheroes, and they're basically archaeologists of the weird, and they do everything from Godzilla-type stories where they go to an island where giant kaiju are, to ghosts in Japan that are basically like John Woo, stuff like that. So
Okay.
there's an evil Fantastic Four that are trying to gain power from all this stuff. So it would be a very good, kind of a weird anthology series, I think.
Gotcha.
So that was mine. That's all I had. I'm sorry.
You gotta have another one.
I have to have another one?
Yeah.
I said I had 4, but
yeah,
2
how
were
many
already
did
being
we-
made into a series.
Well, that's not our fault. You need 2 more.
Okay, hold on. Let me give you a synopsis.
I mean, I only got 1, but you said you had 4.
Yeah.
So
I was like, crap, I don't have 4 planned.
you got at least 2, Dan. Give me 2. Go give me your first one.
Go.
Well, Birthright.
Oh yeah, that would be.
I think that would be a really,
The problem
really
with
fun
Birthright
one.
is it started strong, really strong.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of went weird.
I feel like that could be one of those ones where it starts off similar to the comic, but then goes in a way that works better for
Kind
like
of
the
its own thing
show
for
and
the
that
TV
kind of
show,
stuff.
yeah.
And
Like
builds
Umbrella
upon
Academy
itself.
just did.
Yes, exactly. I think that one would be good.
That would be really good. I would watch that.
I would love a.
Would you get Jason Momoa to be the adult kid?
You'd have to.
Oh my god!
Like if anybody's gonna do it, yeah, Jason.
I
Momoa.
was originally thinking animated series, but since you mentioned that, I want
Hell,
live
it'd be
action
cooler to
now.
go live action, man.
Yeah, imagine that. He's just breaking everything.
Okay, that would be good.
I'm gonna as you're doing this, I'm gonna see if your guys' shows are already being made.
This one won't be, but I think it would be great. A Deadpool animated series that starts off with Ryan Reynolds in like an after credit scene for a Deadpool movie.
And he goes like an
of
animated
him,
universe.
He like
Birthright's
goes
becoming a movie.
into-
A movie.
No way.
As reported the January last year, they announced it.
Huh.
Interesting.
We're really good at
We
coming
are
up
really
with
good at
ideas.
ideas, right?
Either that
'Cause
or
that's
we
what I-
notice these in subconscious.
Because I brought this idea up to Ben, and then I went and looked at my bookshelf with all my graphic novels on it, and I was
Right.
like, all right, what do I think would be good? And then I looked them up, and then I was like, well, gee, I'm just really good at this. Or somebody immediately stole all my ideas.
All right, just throwing this out there. I doubt anybody had it planned, but if you were gonna say Kill the Minotaur, that's the 3rd Skybound property, along with Invincible, that's being turned into something.
Oh my gosh.
Kill the Minotaur.
I've never even heard of that.
I don't know that one, yeah.
Did they kill a Minotaur?
You know what? They probably don't.
They probably don't. They befriend him. He becomes part of the team.
We kill his anger issues, Dan. we kill the prejudices. Prejudices. I've already started drinking. We kill the prejudices. I'm not even going to bother with it. You know what? Just keep going.
You all right?
No, it's fine. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
But for the record, the Deadpool in the style of the amazing or Ultimate Spider-Man animated series.
Whatever happened to they were doing a Deadpool animated series.
But,
I wonder if they're going to bring it back now.
But I want them to do it Jerry Dugan style of Deadpool. With like a daughter and stuff and all of that. I think that would be really good.
All right.
I'd watch that.
Huh?
I'd watch that.
Yeah?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to do my first one. I
wouldn't
go
watch
back
it.
on Andy.
Okay.
It's got Red Hood in it.
No.
Shocking. Ben's just like, Red Hood. What's the show about? Red Hood?
It's Red Hood showing up
It's
shooting
just
people.
Red Hood.
No. So we get a 10-episode series, which is basically an extended version of Under the Red Hood, which is basically it's shown from Red Hood's point of view the whole movie or show. Okay. Showing up, getting flashbacks, learning everything. And Batman and Nightwing are technically the antagonists because we portray him as this is intentional, and Batman and Nightwing are involved trying to stop him. You know?
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's better than I thought you were going to go with when you said Red Hood.
Because the idea that I'm thinking of is
still
like,
wouldn't watch
well,
it.
like case in
Just 'cause
point,
it's bad.
even in Under the Red Hood, he's trying to stop the gangs.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
He's trying to take over crime.
Right, but so he can end
could,
crime.
So he could, yeah.
He was going
stop
a
it and
different
control
route.
it,
So
yeah.
I'm picturing like Red Hood done up in like a Punisher style, where he's the guy just murdering everyone, but his goal, like when Punisher met Daredevil. If we had seen the complete opposite side, we were looking at it entirely from Punisher's point of view, instead of Daredevil going, "Stop shooting everyone!"
That's a good synopsis.
Yeah.
Daredevil
the
meets
show.
Punisher. Punisher kidnaps him, puts him on a rooftop, and Daredevil goes, "Stop shooting everyone!" And Punisher goes, "No."
But that's what I mean. Like we see it from Jason Todd's point of view,
good synopsis.
and you kind of make him brooding and sad, and he's upset because Batman ditched him, and Nightwing didn't care. You know, maybe we even see the new Robin is involved. It was Tim Drake at that time, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think there was technically a Robin at the Under the Red Hood phase, was there?
I think it was, yeah.
Tim Drake.
No, there was, but he wasn't in Batman.
Yeah, it wasn't like he was always at Batman's side.
He was off on his own at that
Yeah,
point,
yeah.
but it was Tim Drake. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, that's what I'm picturing. Like, basically, Daredevil season 2,
Right.
but swap out Red Hood, Batman, and Nightwing, and we're not looking at it from the hero standpoint. We're looking at it from our anti-hero standpoint.
You know, mentioning that, I think I thought of this while you were saying that the Silencer version in the exact same way, and I could see that being a little bit more possible, I guess would be the best word, considering the number of these things that we've been looking up that is very
Apparently are
obscure
already-
or non-mainstream people, and I think the Silencer, her current arc would work very well with the way you described that Red Hood show, and I think it could do very well as well.
I'm going to pull some of our tweets, and then Andy's got to go again.
Okay.
Okay?
Why do I have to go again?
Because you don't have enough shows.
I had more than both of you.
Or you can synopsize Winter Soldier for us.
So
Oh,
this,
yeah, okay.
this person, or you're allowed to
You know what?
get
We'll do that 3 beers at a topic. You get a couple beers in me, I'll synopsis the hell out of that movie.
Yeah, let's do that on that show. All right. Okay. So this person we've never heard of, his name is Dylan Oram.
Who's that?
I don't like him.
I don't
Something
know
about
who
the
he is.
name
Yeah, he's just
really irritates
He's
me.
very dweeby with his
I could see
glasses.
that,
Yeah, I don't know. He says a Moon Knight anthology series in the style of Warren Ellis's run would be super
that would
rad.
be cool, yeah.
Why are you saying super rad?
Because it's the 90s.
'Cause-
Right?
oh my
It's not the
gosh.
90s?
I was gonna skip over
it's the
this individual again because we used them last episode, but I'm gonna say this one because I know you'll like it, Dan.
Okay.
Let's talk Laura Kinney.
X-23 and Honey Badger?
An
I'd
X-23
watch
show
that.
based on the Target X storyline,
Okay.
where Captain America and Daredevil are questioning if Laura is guilty of the crimes she committed. If it could have flashbacks to her origin story, which would be based on the Innocent Lost storyline. So basically, 2 of the best X-23 storylines
Yes.
turned into a series. I'd be on board with
I
that.
was going to say that, but I thought everyone was going to make fun of me.
Sure.
Because I
You could
was-
very easily make an X-23 story. Because, I mean,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
a
yeah.
show, like a,
Oh,
you know, very easily make an X-23.
And
you
honestly-
wouldn't even need to really bring in, like, the X-Men or Wolverine
No.
or something.
Right.
You could very easily make that.
And you could just allude to the
TV
father.
series.
I mean, they did
Yeah.
it with Legion.
Yeah, exactly.
Legion did a great job without actually showing that he was Professor X's son, other than a couple of things.
Yeah.
So I totally think an X-23 show.
As weird as it is, you saying that makes me revise my Deadpool animated series to a Gwenpool.
Oh, yeah.
A Gwenpool
No, you gotta
animated-
have that one locked in, loaded.
Secondary one. Okay.
Okay. L. Orens at Lawrence HD, a Kamala Khan animated series. The plot would be her first run, which would be hilarious. Yeah, that'd be a great show.
I will say right now, though, if that actually became a TV show, they would go, you know what, this would be better as a live action. Then everyone would hate it, and they would be like, why didn't this work? And it's like, well, what do you think?
And this isn't a 4-parter, but I feel I have to do it because it's this person's idea for a Red Hood show. Hans616 in a 4-parter says, the Red Hood TV show that follows Jason Todd becoming Red Hood. The first episode is Jason going on a patrol as he gave us an episode by episode? At the end of the episode, he learns...
He's like full 24 episodes.
He's like, here's the exact script as well.
He's like, I got a list of actors, some funding ideas.
The first episode is Jason going on patrol as Robin. At the end, he learns that his mother might be alive. In the following episodes, Jason goes on a search for his mother while we learn, ... about his past and how he became Robin through flashbacks. He eventually finds his mother, and it plays out like the comic, and he is left to die. Ra's al Ghul then resurrects him, and he tries finding Batman, and then realizes he has a new Robin and feels ... abandoned. Yet so he goes on a quest to become a new vigilante. Then in the final few episodes, confronts Joker. But before he can kill him, Batman and Tim stop him, and a 3-way fight starts, and the Joker ends up escaping, so Jason's hatred for Bruce grows, ... Next season is more lighthearted, and Roy Harper becomes partners with Jason, and they hunt down villains and deal with each other's personal trauma together.
Did you read that before you came up with your idea?
No.
He's stealing that guy's ideas.
Yeah.
Well, in all honesty, I don't want to read these until we do them live.
Oh, okay.
Simply for the reason of...
If we do have ideas.
Because it's going to taint our ideas to be...
Yeah. Fair enough.
And then I'll do one more, and then Andy's going to go. Okay?
I got one.
There's multiple people, but I got two right back to back to each other, so I'm going to say these two.
Okay.
Dean Anarchy and Nick Inquist both stated the question.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought their names were superheroes, and I'm like, I don't know these
Dean
people.
Anarchy. I would watch the Dean Anarchy show.
Well, it legitimately
Honestly,
sounded like it could have been something.
And it's played by Dean Cain. No? Superman from the 90s?
We're going to do more in a minute, though. We'll do more of these in a minute, okay? So, Andy, what do you got now?
All right, I had a brilliant idea for a show.
Okay.
It's a Gwenpool animated series.
Oh, yes!
Yeah, right?
Is it going to go, like, deep diving into the whole meta?
Sure, yeah, 100%.
Have you even read the series?
I have a little bit, yeah.
You should read it
Yeah,
if you
I have
haven't read
a
the
little
whole
bit.
thing.
Not the whole thing, no.
You should.
But I have read some of it.
It's good.
Yeah. So I would make an animated series with Gwenpool.
That's actually a really good idea.
Right?
With
So
the nature
Dan-
of the show,
so Dan,
it'd be
what
very
do you
easy to
got?
do as an animated series. Dan, without using any previous submissions, what would you do?
Winter Soldier animated series.
I would, yeah.
That would be
Bucky,
sick.
following Bucky.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty good.
I'd
It'd
wanna
be
go
very
live-
adult
I'd want to go
themed.
live action with that.
It'd be like a late night MTV.
Because you could just do it like a
1990s
spy show.
Yeah.
See, I feel like
What?
that one as live action would fall into
don't
the
like my idea?
same.
It's very good.
Late night MTV show from the 90s? Like Beavis and Butthead style?
Just like, but it's. No, I got it. It's late night MTV, Beavis and Butthead kind of thing, but it's Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Dude, I would
It's just how they play off each other in the Civil War movie. That's all it is.
Oh my
I was
See,
so
look, I did
watched
have
it.
another idea.
Okay, that'd be pretty good.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, the reason why I feel Winter Soldier wouldn't be a good live action one though is it would fall into the same pattern as so many other live action shows.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like animated would
Bad
give it a
attitude.
little bit more freedom to it.
Yeah.
Plus, they would probably really screw up the arm, and you would, if they did live action, it'd be like tinfoil.
It's just aluminum.
It'd be like the Cyborg situation on Doom Patrol.
Yeah.
Great show, great character, still looks like someone went, this will look good at Halloween. Oh, you're on the set. Oh, shit.
Yeah. It was actually some guy doing a cosplay, and they were like, "Hey, that's the guy." I was like, "Wait, I'm in your show now? Oh, I guess okay."
Part of
that
me,
was
as a tangent, part of me wonders if one, it's the suit looks bad.
It just looks the same. Oh, it's the same guy.
Part of me wonders if it's the
cool,
suit that looks bad, or it's the fact they're putting him in the tracksuit.
No,
which
you know what?
bulks him up and everything.
First of all, I always fight crime in a tracksuit.
Have you
gets
seen the
sweaty
show?
when you're a robot.
He's got the hand,
No,
the
I haven't
mask,
actually
and then a
watched it. I was just talking
tracksuit.
to him about that. I still haven't caught up on the show.
yeah.
But I haven't been on the CW show thing we do. So.
CTV.
CTV, thank you.
you go.
I should probably learn the names
Yeah.
of these. I'm on every one.
We just tell you what we're talking about right now, and you just go with it.
Pretty much. What show is this? It doesn't matter. What's the topic? I didn't even get the topic half the time.
My problem with, or this is why I think Cyborg doesn't look good for the record, is that the face part doesn't
Flush with his head.
It doesn't flush with his head, so it looks like someone got a mask and put it on,
yeah.
instead of this is part of his head. And I think that's the biggest problem with
I can see that.
Okay, so you did your second one. I can do my second one.
Yeah, let's hear it.
A Wonder Woman Batgirl buddy cop in which Batman has seemingly died due to old gods.
Okay.
What?
So Batgirl and Wonder Woman, half the season
It's not even
is
based
them.
off a comic book. Now he's just coming up with random crap.
I'm pretty sure he looked around.
He's
and
like,
was
Howard the Duck jumps over to the DC universe. Stay with me. He gathers Gwenpool, Batgirl, Harley
Would you
Quinn.
let me go with
I'm
the
sorry,
plot?
Go ahead. Sorry, go
and
ahead.
no, Dan, I did not look at the Batgirl statue and the Wonder Woman statue and create this plot on the fly.
Totally.
All right, hold on. I got a show with Iron Man and Chun-Li in it. Sorry.
Make that one next.
I got you. Go ahead.
So what my plot is, the Batman goes missing. We don't know where he's at. Similar to Batwoman. But the first 6 episodes, Wonder Woman shows up because they needed him for something with the League and teams up with Batgirl, who's trying to solve this missing Batman.
Okay.
They find him dead. And they discover that this is the old gods that have orchestrated it, Zeus, Hades, and all of that. And it's all been orchestrated so that Hades can have Batman as a captive for whatever the reason. So they have
What's
to
the
go
reason?
in. Huh? We haven't gotten there yet. Let me get to that part of the season.
Sorry.
He hasn't thought that up yet.
I'm working on this on the fly.
Listen, I'm the idea man. That's the writer's problem.
So they end up having to go into hell, in which they go through basically the history of Wonder Woman. No. So you get all of Batgirl, the Bat family, all that kind of stuff. But then you go down and you do the Wonder Woman history for the second half of our season, because now they're in hell and we're exploring the old gods. And you get the analytical kind of view that Batgirl would bring to the table, and you get Wonder Woman trying to punch through everything. Now, I haven't thought of the reason why Hades has Batman, and I've been trying for the last 5 minutes.
He wants to ramble.
He wants to turn
He's
him.
like, if I just start talking, nobody will ask.
If I go long enough, they'll forget that he needs a reason to have Batman.
So, Andy, you're the why would Hades have Batman?
I have no idea.
He
It
needs
doesn't
to.
make any sense.
I have
Hey,
it.
they've worked together. You know that, right? Batman's gone into that.
Wait, what?
What, Batman and Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they've
no.
done the old gods and they
No,
fought against
I
them.
know,
and he
but
slipped
why
into-
would Hades need Batman?
to fight Constantine. What? So our giant surprise at the ending. Constantine is being possessed by one of the demons that he sold his soul to.
Sure.
And he's taking over hell.
Well,
so
before
Hades captures Batman.
Fight Constantine to stop him from taking over hell.
Right. And Batgirl and Wonder Woman.
This is
find
one of
the
those ones where you're just like reading the synopsis and you're like, what the heck?
This
are these
sounds like a
guys
you
smoking?
synopsizing some sort of movie.
No, I got it. All right, here we go. I will synopsize your series for you. All right, Hades has decided, because we all know hell is essentially just a giant prison, right?
Right.
Okay, so Hades has decided that he no longer likes running hell, so he needs a better jailer. So obviously he needs Batman, because Batman, I mean, Gotham is like hell,
He's
right?
got experience
yeah, it makes
jailing
perfect
people as
sense,
well.
yeah. So what he does is he goes and he kills Batman for some reason, and then Batman is sent to hell, because obviously Batman wouldn't go to heaven, because he's Batman. That would
Right.
be weird, yeah. So all right, now you have
It's too
Batman
bright
in
up
hell.
there for
yeah,
him.
right. So now Batman acts as the jailer to hell. Wonder Woman and Batgirl, who are teaming up for reasons, have to figure out that Batman's in hell. They do. They go to hell,
Wait.
and Batman's like, "No, I'm Batman. It's cool. Don't worry about it."
Why couldn't they team up? Batgirl and Supergirl team up all the time. Why couldn't Wonder Woman team up Batgirl?
It just seems like a very odd combination.
It does feel odd.
Yeah.
Is it just because the
Batgirl-
statue's big and that one's small?
No, yeah, that's exactly why it feels like
yeah.
It wouldn't work in the comics. Look at the height difference.
She's a midget in comparison.
Yeah.
What?
It would just be weird. Imagine the covers.
All right. So my other show idea is Iron Man and female Thor are teaming up with Wolverine and the Hulk to break into the DC universe where they fight against Red Hood, Wonder Woman, Batgirl, and another Wonder Woman.
And Gary.
And Gary. Gary's
Just
on their
looking for
team as
people,
well.
yeah.
Gary's the villain. He ate too much gluten. And he became some sort of
Gary
gluten
Hulk.
monster.
He Gary Hulked out.
Gary Hulk. So we
I
need
like
the
how we
real
started
Hulk.
the show off kind of making sense,
I know,
and now
right?
we're on a weird ass tangent.
I
And
will say,
Kratos is involved somehow.
Sure.
okay, serious one though.
Real
DC
talk.
animated movie, Injustice.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome.
I don't know why they haven't done it yet.
All right, well, let's see what other options our
I needed to
viewers have
calm that
given us.
down before we went to
An individual that none of you know
was gonna point out
and
too
have
many.
no idea what he could possibly want. His name is Tevye. So let's guess what his show synopsis is.
I'm going to say Sons of...
Anarchy.
Yeah.
Animated series, a prequel, where Jax is a little kid. I don't know. And it's
So,
like MC
Tevye-
Super
Sons.
So Tevye says, I choose the Super Sons, John Kenneth,
Oh,
Superboy,
my
Damian
goodness.
Wayne, Robin. As a plot, I would simply follow the first meet up and the fight against Kid Amazo. Now, as much as we like to give Tevye crap,
Yeah.
That would actually probably make
that
it
would
pretty
be a
good.
great,
It would be good.
like
It
a
would be good,
13-episode animated series.
Yeah, that would
that'd
actually
be
be a
really
pretty
good.
good
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
It would be good. But I don't want to give it to him because he talks about Super Sons too much.
Gabriel Hanera says a Gwenpool animated series about her entire origin in the last comic arc and it being canceled, but tooled to make it about a show.
We sorry, who again?
What?
Gwenpool.
Oh,
Her entire
Deadpool.
arc.
Okay.
So wait, hold on.
Okay, yeah.
Say that one more time.
Doing the Gwenpool first arc, basically, is what
Okay,
it says.
but it's about a show now instead of a
Right, they
comic
make
book.
it a show
I
instead of
see,
a comic.
okay,
They just
all right.
retool it to be about a show.
I got it.
Okay.
Okay. That's what
Darth
confused me a little
Baldy.
bit.
You heard
Who?
me right, Darth Baldy.
Sure.
Good old Darth Baldy.
Batman with Calendar Man as the villain, and each episode represents 1 month of the year. Superman series with one new villain each episode, almost like the original comics. A new adventure every episode.
I mean, isn't that just the old animated
What was the
series?
Calendar Man plot? No, Long
The
Halloween.
Long Halloween.
Yeah.
has
It's very
Calendar Man.
similar
Yeah,
with
it's very
that
similar to
concept,
that,
where
yeah.
every episode, every issue was kind of its own thing, but it all was about the Calendar
was
Man.
that the
Every
one where
episode
he-
or issue was its own holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it kept going around and he like shed his skin at the end? Or am I thinking of a different
I think you're thinking of a different.
Because there's one where he accelerates the seasons and the calendar because he's super, super old, but when it goes spring again, he like breaks out of his shell and he's a young guy again.
That was a Scott Snyder thing.
That was Scott Snyder?
That's
Yeah, I
not
was
a
gonna
Calendar
say-
Man thing normally. That's a Scott Snyder trying to make him creepy.
Okay. Because that would be a cool live action version.
Yeah. John Doe 52 says a 12-episode series about Lex Luthor, and the plot would play out like Forever Evil. The crime syndicate takes over the Earth, taking out all the superheroes. So Lex has to become a good guy because there's no one left. That would be really cool.
Actually, that would be
watch
kind of
it.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, like the first 6 episodes could just be him forming the Injustice League or whatever they
Yeah.
called themselves. I forget. But
I don't remember what they actually called themselves in that. I don't think he came up with like a team name.
Not that I know.
Like he was supervillains to me. All right, what are we gonna call ourselves?
To me, my villainous acquaintances.
super villains
Yeah.
It's
assemble.
super friends.
Oh no, I think someone else has
villainous
a copyright.
acquaintances. I like that.
So
we
we
wouldn't
can
call them friends.
So we can mix it up a little because I feel like we're getting a lot of DC submissions. Pietro Frank says Pietro Maximoff Quicksilver. The show would be about the Brotherhood from his perspective and his process to try and gain Magneto's approval. That could be really good.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Or his individual miniseries after No Surrender would be another good Quicksilver one.
Mr. and Mrs. X
Yes, I'd watch it.
as a TV show.
But they would have to make it an animated show with the same artist that does the comic.
Wacky Winston says anime Ghost Rider. They haven't done a Marvel anime in a while. I also think it'd be fun watching Ghost Rider kill some Japanese demons. Now I want to go into that a little bit deeper because somebody else jumped in. Tokyo Drift Ghost Rider would be cool as F. He responded with Robbie versus the Drift Racing Demons. So the other guy whose name is Umbral then responds, "Holy shit! Get this on Marvel and give this man some money." To which
I want that to be. Oh, I'm sorry. Keep going.
to which Wacky Winston responded with, "I do like money." So this is like a whole chain that just happened.
Dude.
I now want
Money.
that to be a thing because I want. Honestly, Tokyo Drift is probably my least favorite of all of the movies, and I just like at the beginning. So I want. Robbie Reyes shows up. Okay, you with me? You there? All right. Robbie Reyes shows up.
I got you.
The Japanese demons are like, "We're gonna drift," and Robbie Reyes goes, "Drift? What's drift?" I just want that to be a thing.
And last one, I have Mr. Salty, Booster Gold, time-traveling jock, wants to be a superhero.
That would be awesome.
But soon finds out that he has to act heroic. He's not prepared for it. It'd be a fun one to write, and you can do it with a good bit of humor.
Yeah.
It'd be very underrated. He's saying his show already is an underrated show.
My show, already an underrated classic. Not even made.
It's like Firefly levels. It's got a cult following, but
Firefly level. They show the episodes out of order. It doesn't work.
Right.
Right?
Andy's a brown coat.
I am a brown coat.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
For the record, I'd watch a blue and gold show.
Oh,
Buddy Cop, Booster
Yes,
Gold,
yes.
and Blue
Amazing.
Beetle.
I don't know why there isn't like a buddy cop superhero show.
Yeah. I mean, they did the movie of Thor Ragnarok, but that's...
I got a
No,
couple.
but
that's
I
as
mean, like,
close
give
as I
me
can
a
think of,
weekly episodic
Yeah.
show, like 2 superhero, like low rent superheroes, low tier.
So for the record,
be
you can
super
tell that
good.
our Twitch chat tried much less than our Twitter chat.
Okay.
Because I'll give you 3 of our Twitch chats.
Okay.
New Justice League animated series, The Justice League, and The Nipples of Dan Doom. That is
I'd
from
watch
Mr.
that.
Nice.
I'd watch that. Also,
Kid
awesome
Speedster says
superhero
a-
villain name. Nipples of
Kid
Dan
Speedster
Doom.
says a Thory TV show, if you're on tracking, the demon dog
Yes.
that Thor picked up recently.
Yes.
Oh, Thorgy?
Yeah, Thorgy. So yeah, we're
Good old
Thor.
Thorgy. I know,
There's
but
no
I like
G in
I like
there.
Thorgy.
It's Thory. Yeah, it's just
Thory,
Thory.
yes. Named
I know,
by
but the
Loki 'cause it
show
was funny.
version would be a corgi. A hell corgi.
And I'll give us a legit
Yes.
one. I'll give us a
Why that
legit
isn't
one.
a thing I don't know.
Lego Monster says, an animated Batman series that combines Zero Year with the introduction to Damian. Damian would disobey Batman at the beginning, and at the end follows Batman truly. So more of a 0 year follow Batman, Damian Wayne kind of thing. That'd be kind of cool. And I'll do last one. Absolute Vigilant says a Super Pet show. That's all they say, just Super
I
Pets.
think wasn't there a crypto in the Super Pets?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, yeah, I thought that was a show.
So
I'd watch
a
that.
lot of cool submissions here.
Yeah. I like the nipples of Dan Doom. I'd watch that. Seriously though.
And Assassin Claptrap,
watch that.
Assassin Claptrap is like, an HBO Spawn
make it
show would be
weird.
great.
What's that?
Assassin Claptrap says, an HBO Spawn show
Oh,
would be
God.
great.
I can see it working.
Yeah.
It'd probably get a really cult following, and
Yeah,
then just cancel.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. And then it would make a terrible 90s movie.
Oh God, that
Just
movie.
awful.
So,
I feel like we hit a wall real hard. There's a lot of laughing, a lot of giggling, and then we just all kind of,
we burned out. We're tired. We're tired
Let's
now.
finish it off with saying, I want the Green Lantern animated series to come back.
Oh my God, with Razor.
Yes,
that was
with Razor.
So good, yeah.
The only thing I'm shocked about the Green Lantern animated series is that
Aya.
Razor was never brought into the main comics.
Yes, he would have been great.
Yeah. Of
And
all the
Aya.
characters, they always tried to like remake his concept.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a Red Lantern that fights against it, but it's like just bring in Razor.
I feel like Guy Gardner Red Lantern was them going, oh, Razor? Make
For
Guy
the
do
record,
it.
Guy
Make
Gardner Red Lantern was really good.
Oh, it was.
That was one of my favorite things.
Did not read
And
that.
Supergirl Red Lantern.
I did read that
Yeah.
one.
That was really good too.
Yeah.
It also finally gave her purpose, like beyond.
Yeah,
just
she
being-
was kind of floating for a while there, not really knowing what to do with her.
The New 52 Supergirl was a great concept. She's literally a fish out of water, speaking
Right.
nothing but Kryptonian, and just mad at everything. It was a cool idea, but they quickly didn't know where to go with it after the introduction.
Just so we're clear, she wasn't literally a fish out of water. She did not have gills.
On that note, guys, thank you for watching this episode of the Comics Experiment with Dan, Andy, and myself talking about your favorite TV shows. If you want to be a part of the next conversation, then go ahead and follow me on Twitter at Comicstorian. I'll tweet out the question between Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. We'll rack up all the responses, and we'll do it similar to this again. It's pretty much whenever Andy gets me with the question is... And if you want to support us more directly, help us get through these troubling times here at YouTube, then please consider going to our twitch.tv/eligible monster channel, giving us a follow, and giving us a Twitch subscription. Or if you have no interest in Twitch, going over to our patreon.com/comicstorian, where you can get all of our podcasts early and a lot of our shows early for only $1. And if neither of those entice you, just consider clicking the Robinhood app down below. It's something that Dan and I both actually use, and we both do really enjoy it. And I told you a little bit more about it in the middle. That's it.
Okay.
The show's over. Cut. Bring the lights down.
Oh, wait, I wanted to say one more thing.
What?
If you like us talking about TV shows every Monday on Twitch, twitch.tv/eligible monster, we do our CTV show over there, and you can also get access to it on Patreon.
Okay, now cut. Now
There.
bring the lights down. Bring them down. We're all just gonna sit here till next Thursday.
Jesus.